Coming up on Golf Central, the year's final major is underway in France. Find out which player ranked in the top 10 is in position to win her second major. American Bubba Watson is currently not on the 2016 Ryder Cup team, so why is he expected to practice at Hazeltine this weekend? Tim Rosaforth, the latest. And find out how a former endangered species made its way onto a golf course near Tampa. It's next on Golf Central.
Golf Central, brought to you by Titleist.
How do? Welcome into Golf Central. Ryan Burr along with Trip Eisenhower and Nicole Castrali. A lot going on, including a major championship, guys. The final major of the year on the LPGA Tour, the Evian Championship, where the top 3 players in the world all looking to finish off what has been fantastic years with one final win and another major championship. That would include the number 2 player in the world, Ariya Jutanugarn.
Yeah, absolutely. Just short-sighted herself there. Been a brilliant year. Not such a brilliant shot there, but it was more the second shot that got her in trouble.
And the problems would continue.
And I can guarantee you this is not a trick shot, not something you usually see from the number 2 ranked player in the world. She whiffs this. Take another look right here. You have to wonder, is her left knee causing her problems, really having a hard time staying down and through that shot?
73 for Jutanugarn. Brooke Henderson.
Now, another major winner this year. Took down Lydia Ko earlier this season, but the putter needs to warm up a little bit if she's going to contend.
No doubt. Shot a 69. She finished at 2 under par. Now the aforementioned number 1 player in the world, that is Lydia Ko at 12.
She is so crafty around the greens, and this club right here, her wedge, saved her today on the back 9. She struggled hitting fairways, but she was able to get it up and down for par.
Nearly rolls in, but nonetheless, it is a par. Now Ko at 14.
All right, let's take a lesson, Ryan. You want to hit it high out of the bunker, you play it up in your stance, you get away from it, and you accelerate just like that. Textbook bunker play from world number 1.
Now the short game in rare form would make birdie there. Ko shot at 16 now, the par 3.
You can learn a lot from Lydia. Look how stable her lower body is, something she's worked very hard on. She will eye this one down, and it's for good reason. Stiffs it very close. Will go on to make that and finish at 1 under par.
Indeed, so Lydia Ko with the birdie there as we take a look at 1, 2, and 3 in the world. As Lydia, a 1 under, Jutanugarn, as we said, struggles in a tie for 65th, and Brooke Henderson, the best of the 3. Nicole, when you look at Lydia Ko sitting there in a tie for 28th place, she is 1 under on her opening round. We know it was a great comeback last year with a special Sunday. How do you think she feels about her position?
I'd say she's very happy with this round. This is very typical Lydia. She usually just kind of goes about it quietly at the start. And we also have to remember she shot 63 on Sunday to win her first major at that young of an age. She's also the global ambassador now for Evian. So coming into a week where it's not just the duties that she has to fulfill being the champion from last year, now she has extra responsibilities, and that is really amazing. She's always very approachable. She doesn't say no, but she knows how to manage her time. She sat on the back 9 today. She didn't have it, but her short game saved her, and that's the thing, Trip. Lydia Ko, she does not have a weakness across the board.
Exactly. She leads the LPGA in 8 different categories. There's a number 1 by her name, and there's a number 1 in the world for a reason for the round that was today. She didn't have her best stuff, and this is what the greatest do on a regular basis. They don't play themselves out of the tournament because it could have easily slipped away. We saw some great short game shots there, and that's what Lydia possesses, and she's also got that golfer's IQ, the ability to hit the big shot, the right shot in the correct moment. She's never overwhelmed by the moment. She takes control of the moment, and trust me, if she has one of those chances on Sunday, she's got good memories from last year, and this is a great golf course for her. Very small greens, narrow fairways, power much less an element than it is on a week-to-week basis on the LPGA.
She's never finished outside the top 10 here, Trip.
Well, there you go.
Well, you got to get up to get down, no doubt about that for Lydia Ko. Let's take a look at the leaders from a Thursday from the Evian Championship. Chan Shan Fung,
a.k.a. Jenny Money. She's got one of the best personalities and one of the best players coming off a bronze medal.
If you saw her, you'd walk up and say, "Hey, Jenny Money."
Absolutely, she loves that.
Loves the nickname.
She loves hitting good shots like that.
There
Brian.
you go, Trip. More from Jenny Money.
Well, Jenny Money puts a lot of money in the bank. Why? Because of this club right here. Not only is she great with her irons, At times, she can run the tables with the putter.
You can call her Shan, you can call her Jenny, you can put her at 64, 7 under. This is Annie Park.
Made a huge change this year, going to the conventional putting grip. She putted claw style her entire junior and collegiate career.
And indeed, a 64 for Park, 7 under. This is the SHP.
Yeah, this is SH Park, another Park. And this is a walk in the park, right?
Oh,
yeah, this is easy. When you hit shots like this, they make par fives. You just bring them to their knees. That's exactly what she does. That's an easy 4. And yet another birdie.
A 63, 8 under. Now let's check in with the 2015 U.S. Women's Open champ, In-Ji Chun.
She said she was very nervous this morning prior to the round. Nothing nervous about that. Putting stroke, that was just rock solid, dead center.
The 7's wild at 7 for the 7th ranked player in the world, looking to take it to.
Well, there's another wild number.
7 under.
Another wild number. She hit every single green. 18 for 18.
That'll
You can't do any better than that, Ryan.
That'll work. No doubt about it. 7 under at that point. Now at the 9th.
Watch this silky smooth putting stroke. This player hit 18 of 18 greens today, and you're going to make some putts, and she shoots 8 under par.
Yeah, that's a 63. That will vault you up any leaderboard, and that is exactly what has happened to In-Ji Chun, now tied with the SHP at 8 under, both sparkling 63s. Well, last year, Lydia Ko won her first major at the Evian Championship. See who will claim the final major of the LPGA season this time around. Our coverage of the Evian continues tomorrow, 5 a.m. on Golf Channel, Sunday at noon on NBC. The Ryder Cup returns to American soil on September 30th, when the United States and Europe will head to Hazeltine National Golf Club in Chaska, Minnesota. The Europeans have won 8 of the last 10 Ryder Cups. Captain Davis Love III on Monday named 3 of his 4 captains pick, so the United States squad now sits at 11 as Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Phil Mickelson, Patrick Reed, Jimmy Walker, Brooks Koepka, Brandt Snedeker, Zach Johnson, now joined by Ricky Fowler, Matt Kuchar, and J.B. Holmes, and 1 name remains. Missing on that list is the 7th ranked player in the world, Bubba Watson. We're now joined by our Golf Channel insider, Tim Rosafort. Tim, you spoke with Captain Davis Love III today. What did you learn about why Bubba is not on that list yet?
Well, first, Ryan, big picture, informal practice sessions scheduled this weekend at Hazeltine up in Chaska, Minnesota. First time that Davis could get any guys to get up there, honestly, with the demands of this year's schedule. 7 players, Ryan, on the tentative early arrivals list: Ricky Fowler, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Jimmy Walker, Phil Mickelson, Brandt Snedeker, and I guess we need a drum roll here, Bubba Watson, who's also expected not only to be there, but to fly up from Florida with Ricky Fowler and also Brooks Koepka when they make that trip.
Interesting. So Bubba included, yet not on the team. Why wasn't Bubba selected on Monday as one of those first 3 captains picks?
Well, you've read a bunch, Ryan, over the last couple of days about Bubba, the SI poll coming back up again, and I asked Davis point blank. A lot of people say that you didn't take Bubba because he's toxic in the team room, and he came back and said he's opposite of that. Everybody who's played with Bubba would say that. I've been on teams with Bubba. Everybody just loves Bubba. He's quirky, but so is Phil, and he said not only that, but that Bubba received as many positive comments as a respected guy like Jim Furyk, who's also still in the running. Maybe just a little hint here, or a sign of something maybe to come. Davis said, put it this way: I told Bubba after the Olympics, remember there's a pick after the Tour Championship, and then just went on to gush about his attitude on teams that he's been around, whether it was the Medina team that he captained in the Ryder Cup or the vice captaincy at Korea. Said the player he's most proudest of is for the way he handles himself behind the scenes is Bubba Watson. Said everybody tells you heartfelt stories about Bubba. I literally told him the other day, we love you, Bubba. It's not about you. It's about the pairings.
Tim, interesting all the way around there, because we certainly are meant to believe that this last captain's pick will come from the hottest player from Eastlake in the Tour Championship. Yet everything in our discussion today certainly leaning that Bubba might already have that pick locked up. Is that your assessment as well?
I wouldn't say locked up, Ryan, but I would say he looked at a lot more favorably than the takeaway was coming out of the news conference the other day, and that if he plays well, he's certainly going to be considered. He is not as negative an influence as many people wrote and led us to believe, quite honestly, over the last couple of days, at least coming from Captain Davis Love.
All right, Tim Rosafort with the very latest as the United States and Captain Davis Love III still have that one name to fill out their Ryder Cup team. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Ryan.
No, Ricky Fowler will be on that team. Of course, Ricky was an Olympian as well. And on Thursday, diver Sam Dorman, a U.S. Olympic silver medalist, and Ricky competed, of course, in golf in Rio. They both received tattoos of the Olympic rings on their right arms. Sam tweeted this photo with the caption, "Forever Olympians." And still to come on Golf Central, 7 members of the European Ryder Cup team playing this week in Italy. Find out what kind of form they are in. And on the Web.com Tour, second leg of the Web.com Tour Finals, 25 PGA Tour cards remain as the pressure continues to ramp up.
Golf Central is brought to you by the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Make a difference in your game. Golf Now, millions of tee times, free GPS, and more. Download today.